I'm glad you gave me a chance. I always think it takes people with similar tastes to sustain a pleasant conversation. Nice to meet you. I'm Kaveh, an architect. If you have a project you'd like me to work on, then I'll need a detailed description of what you have in mind. The ability to appreciate beauty is an important virtue. It's good to get out and stretch your legs once in a while. People aren't made to stay cooped up inside all the time. My latest design's getting there, but there's still room for improvement. Better make my finishing touches before the deadline creeps up. Huh? When did it start to rain? Oh no, I forgot to bring an umbrella. Did you see that? That bolt of lightning was such an interesting shape. Feels like the wind's creeping in from the back of my shirt. And also the front. I get dizzy and sleepy when I'm under the sun for too long. It's a similar feeling to pulling an all-nighter on a work project. This isn't my first trek into the desert, but I can never get used to the heat. Is there no shade anywhere? Did you sleep well? I hope you have a great day today, and that you don't run into someone who ruins your day first thing in the morning. This midday sun is fierce. I should go check on the building materials I left out to dry. There's supposed to be a great view of the stars tonight. Don't you think that's a good omen? Relax your mind and let go of all your troubles. Have a good night. It's fair to say I'm a pretty proud person when it comes to my area of expertise. Most scholars are when talking about their chosen fields. After all, we build our whole lives around it. I mean, if I ever stopped taking pride in my own work, then I would also forfeit the right to have any expectations of myself or anyone else. You must have seen the Palace of Alcazarzaray before. That's my magnum opus. I sacrificed so much for that. Everyone else thought I'd lost my mind. Well, if you're not me, and you don't share my trade, I wouldn't expect you to understand. It'd be nice to meet someone who did understand, though. People who know what drives them to create deserve our respect. Wouldn't you agree? The uninitiated often assume that the expertise of Kasharwar architects starts with clay and ends with lumber. It's such an ignorant perspective that it's not even worth arguing against. If all it took to build a house was to smoosh a few random materials together, there'd be no need for this discipline in the first place. As well as being one of the building blocks of human culture and civilization, architecture is also an art form. Art does not exist in a vacuum, so I've always been mindful of the experiential factor for the occupants, and the emotional character conveyed to those looking on from the outside. Oh, and I'm always looking for better ways to integrate artistic expression and practical functionality. You heard that I've earned myself a little fame in Sumeru? Don't believe everything you hear. They're exaggerating, trust me. It's easy enough to make a name for yourself in Sumeru if you stick around here long enough. Honestly, I think managing to keep a low profile would be more of an achievement. I hope you didn't hear about me because of my bankruptcy scandal, though. If you're actually willing to hear me out, I could tell you about some of my more redeeming qualities. Music, architecture, sculpting, painting, all are worth taking the time to appreciate properly. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in all of them, but as long as I stay interested, maybe I can master them all one day. I mean, look, I already know how to play an instrument. My troubles? The most obvious one would be my financial situation. It's not that I can't make more, it's just I can't seem to hold on to it. So many things in life require money, and if you're not careful, it just disappears. Don't worry about me, though. I'm a lot better than I used to be. I'll be more careful to live within my means in the future. My favorites are alcohol, warm soup, and anything with cream or cheese in it. Oh, and I'll never say no to fresh fruit. I can't deal with anything that's too hot or spicy. If I have to eat them, I leave them to cool first so I at least don't burn my tongue. This is marvelous! Can you teach me how to make it? I bet this would go great with a glass of wine. Huh? Uh, mm, um, it's, ugh.